Servus, Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. What you are seeing in front of you at the screen at the moment is the active volcano Sakurajima in Kagoshima Prefecture, Kyushu, Japan. I am located at the moment at the opposite side of the Kagoshima Bay in Kagoshima. I'm standing at the foot of Shiroyama, and this is the southernmost prefecture of Kyushu. Kyushu is the southwestern island of Japan. One could say it's the southernmost tip of Japan if you exclude islands such as Okinawa or smaller islands. This is actually a very warm area here. The autumn leaf season has not started yet here. It is still 15 degrees Celsius, very warm. It feels like springtime to me. It is actually, almost the middle of December now. You see a lot of palm trees and exotic flowers here. Maybe not so many in bloom right now, but it is a very warm, very nice area. I have been here many years before, but I decided to come back, and I'm actually kind of lucky. The volcano is not erupting. It can become dangerous, of course. I'm not superstitious, but after what happened in New Zealand, and I mean recently, not in March, I I decided not to take the ferry boat over there to Sakurajima. You see, there is this little patch of ocean there. You can actually take a ferry boat from the harbor here in Kagoshima and take a ride over to the volcano. You can walk around, you see the basalt stone and how nature reclaims this dead space of land. Some early vegetation you see there. As I said, I've been there many years ago. It is very nice, but I don't really feel like it right now. What I did instead is I had some pork cutlet. The city is very well known, or the prefecture I should say, for their black pork. It's called kurobuta, if I'm not mistaken, so black pork. And in that place where I was, it cost twice as much as the normal pork chop, but I think it was worth it. The fat really melts in your mouth, and it is quite delicious actually. So the history of this prefecture is also very remarkable, and it was ruled by the Satsuma clan, or the Satsuma family. And maybe it is coincidence, but maybe not. But their crest is actually a black cross on a white background. So what does that remind us of, huh? I think it's coincidence, of course, but still it is a nice sight here when you see that one of the daimyo is actually enshrined here as a deity, as a kami. He was the guy who ruled for a short time in the middle of the 19th century, and he noticed that China was, when they lost the Opium War against Great Britain, they would be colonized by the Western imperial powers, or colonial powers I should say, and he wanted to prevent such a fate for Japan. So he pushed industrialization, heavy industry, coal, steel, shipbuilding, casting cannons, and so on and so on. So a very important guy, and as you see, these statesmen, they can become enshrined as living gods by their people if they make the right decisions. Our leaders today, I think nobody in his right mind would want to declare them a living god or a special spirit or a deity of some sorts. I think the people in my country, at least, many of them, they know very well what we would do with our leaders, and it's not putting them on a pedestal and praying yeah, or yeah, respecting them in prayer, I would say. Yeah, that's the last thing on our minds, I guess. But enough of this right now. I'm on kind of vacation here, and I will enjoy a onsen hot spring now. This is also, as you can see, I mean, volcano, right? Seismic activity. That means there is a lot of geothermal. There are many geothermal springs here, many hot springs, and you can enjoy these in hotels or in special yeah, spa areas. Japan is in general very famous for that, but this area here, as you can see, with this big active volcano, is yeah, an area where there are especially many of these onsen places, and many of them are actually located also directly in the city of Kagoshima. All right, so that's a little heads up from me, and you can enjoy this live volcano eruption here. Well, it's a small one, but it was bigger before. I just come from the peak of this mountain here, Shiroyama. There is an observation deck where you can see it a little bit better. Maybe I will cut a better video from this trip when I come home. All right, and maybe tomorrow, I don't know, I will explain a little bit more about the history of the Satsuma clan and of Kagoshima prefecture. It has, of course, to do with the Meiji restoration and the yeah, Satsuma rebellion afterwards, which was the last civil war of Japan. All right, I hope you're all safe. Servus, Kameraden!